Hey guys, it's V2 Vengeance, and it's been a long time since I made my last video, but this is about to end right now. I have been sick a little bit, but this has been a pretty, I don't know how to call it. It was good for me for a number of reasons. The main reason being that I started working on a game. It's going to be for a mobile phone, and it's based on a PC game that most of you probably know about, and there are also a couple of mobile games made about it, but I don't think they are as good as my version is going to be. I know I sound pretty confident, but the thing is, it's not like those games made on a mobile phone are made by some big studio, a very little amount of them, and those, yes, are extremely good, but most of them are made by people like me who got a program that allows them to make video games, and they use that and they make a game, and it can get very popular because people don't really know how easy it is to make a game. Because I really think that it's easy, and anyone that has some sort of talent in programming, or they like it, can do that, no problem, if they allow it enough time, if they are patient and they don't just expect from the beginning big results, even though you're going to advance really quickly. So I also encourage you guys to do that. I'm going to tell you the program that I'm making my game in. It's called Unity 3D. It's free. Of course, there is a full version of it that costs $1,500, but sorry, wow, my mouse is bugged. And yeah, I'm going to post a link to that in the description, and also the game that I'm basing, the PC game that I'm basing my game on, is Slenderman. So here we have Tesha032 in his T110E3 on Cliff. Enough with my talking, let's see some tank action, because this is why you guys are here. And as I said before, he's in his T110E3. It's a pretty tier 10 game with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I count correctly? Yes, 8 tier 10s per team. While I was counting there, he put a shot into an IS-7, and let's see what he's about to do next. And this gameplay, I have a couple of tier 10 gameplays on my channel, but I don't have a T110E3, so there it is. And Tesha is not going to fire any APCR this game, because he doesn't need to. He has 295mm of penetration with his standard rounds, which is more than enough to go through most of these tanks. In case you didn't know, he can penetrate the mouse cheek armor most of the time if you hit it flash on and you're not hitting it where it's more rounded, closer to the top and the bottom of the turret. So if you hit it somewhere in the middle, you're going to penetrate even if he angles his turret. He's trying to get a shot here, but these allied IS-8 and IS-7 keep moving, so he's getting a little bit closer to the mouse, and they both plant penetrating shots, dealing more than 1100 damage to the mouse. The mouse fires back and penetrates, and I'm pretty confident to say that was an APCR shell, because I know from my own experience that this so-called weak spot on the top of the T110E3 is in fact extremely strong. And when I'm in my 100 and I meet one of those things, I'm usually on AP, and even if I switch to hit, most of the time I don't really penetrate this tank, even in the weak spot. So the armor on this thing is extremely good. D75 dies in a perfect position so that he blocks his allies' line of fire. The scores aren't looking that good, but 4-4. He's down on almost half health, and there is a medium above them, but it doesn't look like that guy is about to do anything. Not now. There is a Waffenträger, he's aiming. As you can see, his marker is green and he hits. leaving the Waffenträger on only 36 health. The Waffenträger dies. IS-7 again is coming up. He needs to go up very high because he doesn't have the gun depression, and he gets punished for his mistake for 849 damage. Looks like he's tracked because he stays in the same position where he's going to die. Yes, he was tracked. And let's see, what about this mouse? He gets penetrated. There were in fact 3 shots hit him in the same time, and I can't really say from who was the penetrating shot. Maybe mouse, I don't know, but still it was a penetrating shot, and if someone penetrates him, that person is going to leave him on very low health. He's feeling the pressure here because there are people in front of him, there are people over him, and there are also people, like the way I heard it. As you can see, his allies are taking a pretty big beating. He's coming out to the mouse again. He hits the mouse in the cheek, and the E100 finishes him off. And as you can see, there was a Jack Panzer E100 in front because the allied E100 just died. So he has to take care of that. Now the weak spot on this thing is pretty strong, but in theory it shouldn't be strong enough to withstand shots from a Jack Panzer 100, and those shots don't penetrate, so I don't think that's pretty fair. I mean, yes, this tank relies on armor, but still, wow, the armor should, I don't know, this is just my opinion. And you're going to say, yeah, well, I penetrated T110E3, where you're going to see in just a moment when this Jack Panzer 100, right now it shot him, and I'm pretty sure he didn't shoot him in, he shot him in the lower plate, so that one didn't penetrate, or in fact that was a penetrating hit from someone else. The Centurion thinks he's safe, but he's dead, so now he's safe in hell or in heaven, but I think he's going to hell because did he kill anybody? No, he didn't kill anybody, so he didn't sin. Well, that's a way to put it. Jack Panzer bounces again, and looks like he hit somewhere around here, and it bounced off here. And the thing is, and again, just look at this. Jack Panzer again bounces, and the I-7 tracks him. So when I'm in on Jack Panzer and I bounce just like that, I'm getting really pissed off. Also, this Jack Panzer should be switching to HE. And actually, Tesha, if that shot was an HE shell, he would have gotten a Bombardier medal, because the splash would have killed the 4 HP Jack Panzer and also the IS-7. So the Jack Panzer bounced again, as you can see clearly now he hit here, and it still bounced. So what was I saying? This tank is extremely strong front range. This is really what it relies on. Other than that, it's pretty slow. Its side armor is not as good as the T95, if I'm not mistaken. The gun is pretty much the same. Penetration is different. And so, yeah, you can see that this tank is extremely strong and it can hold positions very well, because most of the time slow tanks are incredibly good at defending. You know, they don't like to push because they need to get into open fields, they need to maneuver, and they don't like that. They like to stay in the safe position and let the armor do their job for them. And this I-7 is nowhere to be seen. The T110E3 basically killed the mouse, put a couple of shots into the E100, and also wrecked the I-7, so this I-7 is actually scared of something. But as I said before, if the Jack Panzer E100 shot high explosive at him, it would have killed him, and it goes the other way around. You could have been able to make a Bombardier medal. So he's moving forward, no sight of the I-7. Scores are 11-9, and he's looking pretty good right now because he knows the I-7 is here on very low health. The Waffenträger, we're not entirely sure where that one is, and the Waffenträger 100s were somewhere on the middle, and he might encounter one of those. And still, and there is a Waffenträger that's coming. Mehmet Ali is coming to face him, and you're going to see, as I said before, when I was in 100, the Waffenträger E100 has basically the same gun as the E100 but an autoloader, and that guy is going to shoot hit, as you're going to see. So what are his chances? He is alone against a full health tier 10 tank destroyer, and he's on 200 health. First shot bounces, he gets stuck between the racks. Come on, will he be able to do it? And the Waffenträger doesn't shoot. In fact, he shoots, but he hits the rack of the E100. T110E3 manages to get into a safe position, and now it's about who is going to lose his patience. The Waffenträger knows he can withstand another shot, so he comes around. However, T110E3 is fast enough, so the Waffenträger shoots once, bounces, and he wants to keep the last shot to do something, and it bounces again and he finishes him off. So there you could see how epic the armor on this thing is. Look how many bounces are on his turret, and he says priceless, and this was priceless. And look, just look how far that i7 ran. He really was scared. And unfortunately I don't think he's going to be able to do anything about that, but still it was a hell of a game, and he did more than 10,000 damage, as we're going to see. i7 moving around, he's going to get into this line of fire, and he dies in the last second. So this was Tesha032 in his T110E3, and he had a hell of a game. So let's see some post-game stats. So 75,000 credits without a premium account, and 2,000, almost 2,200 base experience. Amazing. Mastery BJ Tanker, 10 Sniper, High Caliber, Steel Wall, Spartan, Hand of God, Shell Proof, Fighter, and Fire for Effect. So quite a lot of achievements. Team score, he scored 11,111 damage. Actually, his base experience was, in brackets, only 1,450 experience, and 19 shots fired, all of them hit, 17 penetrated, 12,000 damage blocked by armor, 24 hits received. So pretty sick game. Amazing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please think about rating it. And if you want to test out my game, it's a game for Android, so basically you're going to download an APK and you have to install it. Check in the link for a link in the description of the video. Again, this is the first time I'm mentioning this. The game is not done, so basically you're going to play on a much smaller map, and it's going to be the game itself is going to be free, but if you want to play on a day, it's going to cost $1. Now the test version you can play on the day for free, just enable it in the menu. And also the buttons, the resolution of the buttons and the joysticks while you're playing is not set entirely. So basically, some of you, for example, if you have a phone with smaller resolution, you're going to see some buttons and joysticks pretty big, and it goes the other way around. My phone has an HD screens, and on my phone it looks awesome, but you know, it depends on your phone resolution. I try to make some scripts and change it as far as change it, I don't know, relative to the screen resolution. Yes, this is the word I've been looking for. So don't forget to check out that, and maybe email me on, you know, my email that I have in the account description on the YouTube, what you think about the game, what I should improve as far as gameplay goes. Now another thing, if you're walking, even though you stay on the same place, you're going to still hear the footstep sound, so you know, there is another bug that I need to fix, you know, stuff like that. But overall you can get the idea of the game. you know, collect all the 8 pages, and after you collect all the 8 pages you get a sniper gun. This wasn't in the original Slender game. You get a sniper rifle and you get to kill Slender Man. So see you guys in the next video.